grace and joy. The little boy is going to be loved and spoiled by everyone within the family because that's a new addition to the particular family. If you really think about it, once there's a new addition to the family, everyone has to play a specific role within the movie. And that little boy is not going to understand that his life is a movie, and everyone that he's now soaking up knowledge from is only a character in his story, where each particular character has a role to play. So although his father is in and out of his life, he's going to be manipulated into thinking that his father doesn't care about him, when in actuality, the father has a lot of different situations that have, overcome or came through that particular relationship with his mother. That's the part about it that's gonna get interesting. So I'm gonna have to wait to go details into that one, because it just depends on what the spirit is saying at that particular point in time towards the lineage of that particular relationship. Because if we start to talk about the relationship between the mother and the father now, then we're going to miss the actual fruit that's going to come out of the raising of the son. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, we go through situations where it's a single parent household, but the single parent household not always means that the father is not involved. It's a cover up. Sometimes it's a cover up for something that transpired through the relationship of the two parents, where one has been taught just to be quiet. You heard, man? And another can manipulate everybody else into thinking something about that particular father, when in actuality, there was something else that actually happened that the father can no longer be manipulated by. So there's always, like we mentioned, there's characters. Characters have a role to play. But anyway, the little boy, he's beyond his toddler years and he starts to go to school. Let's go that far. Because in the very early process, we already know, just like everybody else, we knew, what we were taught. And once you become an adult, there's a lot of things you see that nobody still don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes towards spirits. Not many people are actually being raised to get the understanding of spirits, to the point to where once one does get the understanding of spirits, you start to realize that every person that you was raised by had a particular spirit. And in that spirit, sometimes the spirit is good, sometimes the spirit is bad. But we'll get into all that too. I'm just building a foundation for this one particular character. The little boy starts to go to school and he's starting to accumulate friends. You know what I'm saying? Once you put kids around each other, they just do what they do. And, depending on the background of this little boy, he may have an aggressive background. He may come from the hood or whatever the thing. You ever know, how does that even work though? Like, because you got to think about it. A child is born from individuals in the hood and already come out and start school giving trouble. How does that work like that? What has actually happened to the little boy to where he has that type of aggression in Head Start, first grade, stuff like that? I'm going to say it before I get off of it. The reason why this is taking place is because of the turmoil that the child endured while he was in the womb, or while she was in the womb. All that arguing that those two parents actually did while that child was in the womb, at that particular point, that particular child started to make his own understanding that maybe that's what life is: turmoil, turmoil, turmoil. But that's a part of the reason why there's a single parent household, but nobody holds those particular conversations. You know what I'm saying? Is the things that's going on the outside that these little buns in the oven actually take on to, or actually are congruent with, whenever it comes towards the lineage of that particular family. But I see we had 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of this, and I'm going to be back.